Hello, my Pisces. I am using my most romantic deck for you. And this is also good for 12th house placements, Neptune on your ascendant. If you just feel like cross-watching, hello again. But you guys are the reason why romantic music and poetry exists. You can't convince me different. I'll die on that hill. Okay, let's look and see. So let's look at what your guides want me to bring up as a subject matter, and then we'll look into you. We'll look into, we'll see where it goes from there, whether we want an advice card or whether we want to look at somebody else's energy. I will draw a Price of Love card at the end. Cancer is up, so are all the earth signs and Leo. And in case you have Pisces and Gemini energy together, then I will be doing Gemini after this. And then tomorrow is Aquarius and Libra. And then this weekend's a little busy, but we'll see whether I get Aries, Sag, and Scorpio done during the weekend or whether that just gets pushed off into next week. But then at least we'll be caught up. Okay, so this is very interesting. Pisces, one of your cards came out, right? Because here's the moon. It's in reverse. So is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, here's my thing about the Wheel of Fortune. I don't mind if the Wheel of Fortune comes out in reverse because the Wheel of Fortune is a wheel. It's very easily turned and it's turned by you. So there's either something that you don't want to say to somebody or you don't, or there's something somebody is not saying to you. This has to do with a truth, maybe a little, oh man. Wow, I'm not drinking anything. There's like zero reason for me to feel like my throat was just squeezed, Pisces. But I almost feel like I heard like, shh, like don't read me to filth right now. Don't tell my business. So it feels like there's something, and of course you probably do know because you're Pisces, but it feels like there's something that you're either holding back or somebody else is holding back. You're aware of it. And if this truth or this understanding and this knowing, if the thing was just said out loud, it would move the Wheel of Fortune in the way that you want it to be. I don't know that you're ready for... This is very interesting. The feels that I'm getting are crazy, and physically, for some of you, this is just a crush on somebody. For other people, you're keeping your mouth shut until like your money comes in or something comes in. There's like something you are not saying because you're not going to have it like fuck up what you know should be coming to you, because you're afraid if you say the thing out loud, it's gonna... You're like moving in silence, Pisces. 9 of Pentacles. Yep. It is time to reap the... Ooh. Huh? All right, we'll get to that in a second. It is time to pick the fruit of your labors, but you're still doing it in silence. It's almost like, you know, if you say it out loud, somebody's going to try to ruin it for you. Pisces. Stop being so nice. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Okay, so... I said I feel like all of a sudden, like if you say out loud what your next move is, somebody's going to try to fuck it up for you. You're moving in silence out of like self-protection, and the Devil card flew out. So you have an unhealed person, possibly a little jealousy, possibly, you know, sometimes when people struggle with things and that's how others have gotten to know you, or that's how they trauma bonded with you, or that's how they feel their superiority lies within you not feeling superior. So you're moving on up like George and Wheezy. The Chariot, you could be moving. Not as fast as you'd like to be. Snail. Not as fast as you like to be, but you are moving out of whatever this is. We have a Knight of Cups in reverse. No longer accepting, like, we don't want checks written with mouths here. We're only accepting, like, you're either showing up with the thing in your hand, giving it to me, and once it's in my hands, I'll believe you. Probably because of this person. Somebody came, like, the next... I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the next one because you're like, prove it. Prove it. Okay. Okay, we have a Knight of Pentacles in, yeah. This is all, we have a Knight of Pentacles on the geriatric slow horse, and we have a snail chariot. So things are moving probably a little bit more slowly than you'd like, but you're not fucking with this and you're not fucking with that. And that is good. But you're aware of their energy, which is also important, which is why you're moving in silence. Now it makes so much sense. I pity the fool. Ooh. Yep. Okay. So in asking about the energy of the other person, I want you to understand that you're just going to step back. You're going to move in silence. You're right to stay quiet. You're not wrong. So this is just validation. You're not crazy, Pisces. It is time for you. You don't have to do anything. Just step back. Don't interact. I feel like don't instigate them. Even though I know you feel like stronger now and you feel like you could eat them up and spit them out if you wanted to, don't. Their own bad behavior they need to go through their own thing. And really, you don't want to be tied to it. Because the more that you are tied to, this is happening because of you wish this on me, or you told this person that, or you... Like, they're going to tell on themselves. So the least you say about them, to them, or to somebody else about them, the better. Because if they cannot blame their downfall, not their downfall, but their moments on anyone else, they're actually going to grow. And if they grow, they will leave you alone. It's not about like... It's not your job to help them grow or anything else. But if you could hand them their ass right now, Pisces, I'm not going to lie. You could. I wouldn't. I wouldn't engage them, anything. Because they like to call you the victim, but they're the victim. They're like bully victim kind of thing. Like they're mean, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. These are all the reasons you should forgive me. And they kind of depend on you not having stronger boundaries, but I think that is changing. I just keep getting like, don't engage, do not engage. Because it's not going to be worth your stress level or having that energy attached to you for them to keep having your name in their mouth. And they're going to do that for a while anyway, no matter what you do. But I promise you, they're going to have their own. Okay, so once they have their own, where are you going in this chariot? Where are you going? Queen of Pentacles. So this is slow, but I want you, this is so important. If you've ever seen me read, if you haven't, hi, I'm Susie. It's a little late for introductions, but there they are. If you've never seen me read, I constantly talk about how I see the Nine of Pentacles as the mini Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is the mini Empress. So this card, and then having like all the slowness in between these two, just means like it's slow and steady, but that is winning the race, my friend. That is winning the race, Pisces. That is where you're going. I asked, where are you going in this chariot? So slow. All right. Hey, Little John. Lee, I told Little John that we got very excited to see him. Turned down for what? Okay, you don't want to come out? Oh, come on. All right. Yay. I love this. I asked who was coming with the Knight of Pentacles. So now we have two. We started with the Knight of Pentacles, and it ends up with the King of Pentacles. That goes with your Queen of Pentacles. Now, I say this all the time. I do not mind Capricorn and Pisces together. I feel like that is a beautiful bouquet of helium balloons and the pretty wrapped rock that grounds it, okay? And so this all, look at this. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This is a lot of water with the Pentacles. I love, 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 love this for Pisces. Okay. This person, I literally took their cards and put them up here. I don't even want them on the table with you anymore. I don't. I understand you moving in silence though. I understand that. So that is going to turn. I feel the need to take another deck. Obviously, the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, is easy to turn. You're going to turn it. And I feel like you feel like love is great, but right now I want the stability. I want the, and plus all this Saturnian energy. That affects everyone. And that makes us want to get the work done. I mean, I don't have any Aquarius placements and I don't have any Capricorn placements, but I'm doing 7 live readings today, 2 private readings. I did Lana's podcast this morning. Like, it's all the Saturnian energy can also make you work to transform your life. And I'm feeling that for you, Pisces. Okay. The Lovers came out in reverse. So one, the Lovers was originally the choice. This is a very odd couple. Now, you may have a thing for the broken bird. Right now, your boundaries that you had to create are going to be up for a while. Anybody that comes in is going to have to prove to you and is going to prove to you. Anybody that comes in now is going to bother to put the effort into proving that they're safe. They're not going to come in like, you know, this... Soul recognition is a thing. And Pisces, this applies like double to you guys. And I spoke about it. I can't remember which reading now. But I will talk about the fact that sometimes we feel what feels like soul recognition, which feels like divine union with somebody. And you do feel that, especially Pisces, because you can play in the 5D as much as you like, right? So that connection, when we feel somebody that we've known before, when we feel somebody that there's just an instant, right? That kundalini, that whatever it is, that can feel almost like a romanticized soul connection, because we do have soul connections. We do have contracts. We do have all of that, right? That doesn't mean somebody's 3D capability can live up to what we're capable in the 5D. Listen, in the 5D, we're not boggled down by these human, you know, we're not bogged down by ego. We're not bogged down by this. And I know there are people who think that like you can get fully there. I personally am somebody who doesn't think that our vessels can hold thousands of lifetimes, hundreds of lifetimes, connections, relationships in this, right? So we're only capable of so much in this 3D vessel. You can feel that connection, and that's right. But I think Pisces is so easily able to feel those connections. You're so easily able to play in that 5D that this time now your boundaries are going to be up. And when somebody comes in and feels like whoosh into you, I think that you're probably going to be like, hold up, buttercup. This is all going to serve you well. This is all, I mean, can I show you this again? 9 of Pentacles. Then we have the slow snail and the slow Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Pisces, I love this for you. Let's take a Price of Love card. Hey there. Gemini is next. And then I think I'm going to be lazy and call it a day after seven videos today. 7 live streams. Okay. Also, there's a limited special. It'll only be out for like maybe another 36 hours. I have a Valentine's Day special, but that is on my Etsy. And if you have any problem finding it, you can email me. But, because one person did, but you would just go to my website and hit Shop Evolutionary Goods. So it's discounted sessions along with the synastry chart and 2 personal charts. But you can also use that for like parent-child. I mean, you could just use the session for whatever you want to use. Session 4, and it comes to 3 charts. Okay, fate. You ready? And connection. What have I just spent the whole entire reading talking about? And let this person's fate deal. You don't have to be there. Let me tell you something right now. Do I think it's hilarious that we say things like karma is a bitch? Hi, I'm karma. Sure. Would I rock a shirt that says that or a coffee cup? Absolutely. Do I think that it is our job to be somebody else's karma in this life? No, I don't. I don't. It's a very personal thing. You're talking about lifetimes. That most people will be their own undoing. You know, the times, some of the times that have been hardest in my life, even if I wasn't the one who was doing something wrong, or I was doing the best I can. I also ignored something. Before I got to that point of like, fuck, right? I have some part in it. I have some responsibility. Talking with an old friend, I would say like, oh, this just happened. I have to figure out what my part is. And she's like, you're crazy. Clearly what that person did was not okay. And I was like, I know, but at some point I allowed it. At some point I welcomed it in. At some point I didn't put a boundary up. At some point I have to examine my part in it, because that's what our job is to do. Just, it doesn't mean I have to shame myself, and it doesn't mean I have to examine it to be like, stupid Susie, of course this is all my fault. Not like that. Just examine it so I can step back and see myself in the reflection of another person and another person's actions, and then my reaction. And where was my reaction lacking? Right? So like, that's personally how I roll. So I also don't think I've been my own karma. My Saturn sign serves me up all the time. Listen, Uranus has been going over my Saturn all the time. So I know when I procrastinate, Taurus and Saturn, I get my ass kicked. Every time. It happened just last week. Juan knows. I procrastinated. I saw something. I thought, I have a day or something to deal with that. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Right? But the complacency of that Saturn in Taurus made me think that I did, but I should have known better, right? So like, what I'm trying to say to you, Pisces, is that it is not your job. You will be your own karma. We will all be our own worst enemies. We'll all be in our own way in some way. It is not your job then to be somebody else's, right? If we can look at ourselves and take responsibility and take accountability, then we know that we're really not supposed to be somebody else's karma. Do not engage with this person. Do not engage with them. Move on. Move on. Moving in silence is the right thing to do. But I'm telling you, move on and let them be their own worst nightmare. It's not your job to be anybody else's karma. I felt like I had to make that speech. Ooh, I like this reading. Listen, it's gonna go slow. Have patience. Have patience. But man, is that that's a nice reading. Okay, Gemini is next in 3 minutes. And then I have another session, and I was thinking about going live on the clock app later, but I gotta tell you, now I'm not so sure. I'll probably know after my reading tonight whether I will or not, but I was so glad to see you all and spend time with you. So I'm gonna run over and do Gemini. It's not our job to take on somebody, but it's also not our job to like, you don't have to like take on somebody's burden for them because you feel like you messed up in another life, right? Sometimes we feel like, oh, I looked at the synastry, or I had past lives and I found out I was the reason that they were miserable. So now this job, this lifetime, my job is to just take bad behavior after bad behavior after bad behavior because I owe it to them. That's not true. And also, you're not here to be somebody else's karma. That's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy to put into somebody else, to take on being your karma. It's just my 2 cents. All right. I love you. Now you love you. I'm going to go over into Gemini. Maybe I will see you there. Leave me a comment to let me know if this resonated for anyone. And yeah, all that good stuff. Happy Love Day, and I hope you celebrate with yourself first. There's a couple of videos on TikTok about that and the astrology of today. Bye.